our international viewers, thank you kindly for choosing us here on Real TV, where we bring reality to you. Thanking you kindly for choosing us. My dear friends, a very warm welcome to another edition of the program Conversations with Zelisa, where we continue to inform, educate, empower, and answer those unanswered questions. All right? I invite you to sit back, relax, get your pen, get your notebook, Real TV, so you could take notes and important numbers that would be helpful for you and your loved ones. Directing this morning and in master control, we've got with us Robert Batiste. On behalf of the team, we'd like to wish each and every one of you a fabulous day today. Happy Friday. It's Friday, the 7th of November, 2025. It is a day and time we'll never have the opportunity to ever have again in life. That's how precious and dear today is. Don't procrastinate, don't waste your time. Do something productive and constructive. And if you're celebrating a birthday, happy birthday. It's your anniversary. Happy anniversary to you and yours. That's someone special. Don't take your loved ones for granted because tomorrow's not promised. Yeah? Robert, let's go to our quote for today, coming to us with the kind compliments of Fab India Expo. And our quote says, the most wasted of days is the one without laughter. Robert, this is so true. It's as if you're giving me a sign today, boy, because it's true. We don't allow anything or anyone to steal our peace, to steal our joy, and to steal our smile or laughter. And we are in control of that, right, Robs? Thank you so much for that. The most wasted of days is the one without laughter. So my friends, laugh today, smile today, enjoy the day. Yeah, because it's a day and time we will not have the opportunity to have again. Thank you for that, Robert. Let's go to Fab India Expo, please.
The Fab India Expo announces its after Diwali sale. As we approach closing, enjoy store-wide discounts on all your favorite items. Plus, don't miss the Meat Festival at Zyka Restaurant, featuring delicious Indian-style curries and grilled meats. Hurry, the Fab India Expo closes on November 9th. Fab India Expo, opposite Medford Gas Station in Chaguanas.
Ho, 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 ho! Merry Christmas!
It's the Mid-Center Mall Christmas Market from December 5th to the 28th. Experience the magic of the season with over 300 local and international merchants, multiple restaurants, and daily stage performances. Fun for the entire family with a bouncy castle for the kids and the perfect place for Christmas shopping. The Mid-Center Mall Christmas Market, where the spirit of Christmas comes alive.
Thank you kindly for choosing us here at Real TV. Welcome back to Conversations with Zelisa, where we continue to inform, educate, empower, and answer those unanswered questions. And of course, to all those of you on Tego, the app, thank you so much. Remember to download it. Take Real TV with you real time, anytime, anywhere, all right? And tell your friends and family about the great programming. Speaking of great programming, today I'm in conversation. I'm going to call them a dream team, all right? Michael Lewis and Deanne Seelal. I hope I got that correct.
Yes,
Deanne?
you did.
Yes. And they're here to talk about family matters. Of course, family matters. But it's going to be a brand new show here every Wednesday on Real TV at 6 p.m. Family Matters, where they're going to go in depth into the true meaning and essence of family and why family matters. Yeah. So, very good morning and welcome to Michael and Deanne. Nice to have you with us.
Very good morning to you. Nice to be here.
And they are both going to be, hosting that show, Family Matters. So let's go with ladies first. Retired school teacher after 4 decades, 40 years.
Yes.
Talk to us. Let us know a little bit about you, who you are, about your past, about your strengths,
Sure.
and why you're so suitable to be hosting such a show. Please.
Okay, so good morning and thanks again for having me.
Welcome.
I've been teaching for the past 40 years. I've also taught at Women's Prison and YTC for 8 years. And I've been involved with the Empowerment for Teens program at school. at the secondary school where I taught at before I retired. Also, I did certification in Introduction to Child Psychology and Therapeutic Counseling. And in doing all those courses and being involved in all those programs, I mean, it has confirmed that family does matter. And we have a lot of family matters to deal with. That's why family matters. I really love teenagers a lot. And being a dean, also an acting dean at school, and being an empowerment tutor, it has exposed me a lot to a lot of challenges that the family faces. Be it the parent, the dad, the mom, the step-parents, the grandparents, and the teens. And a lot of challenges have, a lot of challenges have been exposed in all the classes. And the number one thing that I found was that the teenagers especially, a lot of them don't feel good about themselves. And there is a reason for that. And, in the Empowerment for Teen program, I had to do a lot of sessions to build them up, to let them know that they are very special. They were fearfully and wonderfully made, and they are good enough. They don't have to be compared, to anyone, to be like somebody else. But being themselves is good enough. So I really enjoy working with teenagers, working with family, and I believe in encouraging and building people up, because I myself went through a lot of experiences where I too experienced low self-esteem. So I went through the experience, and now I'm able to help others.
And that's nicer when you can empower somebody, lift somebody, inspire somebody, and take them
It feels very
from
good.
one level to another level.
Of course.
You feel accomplished to know that you've made a difference or a dent in somebody's life in an impactful, positive way. Yeah?
And to bring back joy to their life. As the quote was said this morning about laughter. Laughter is just not an outward, it's a reflection of how you feel on the inside. And when you see laughter, when you see somebody laugh, it indicates there is some level of peace and joy within. And laughter is really good. I love to laugh a lot.
Laughter is healing.
Yes.
It's healing.
It's
and people
healing.
don't realize of how important it is.
Yeah, too many sad faces around, so I like to see people smile. I like to smile a lot. So, even in talking to the teenagers, when you see you empower them and they feel better about themselves, their whole attitude towards themselves, their schoolwork, everything changes. And you feel good as a tutor to see them on their way to that place.
Well, the fact is, the teenagers or children, I would say, of our land, they are the flowers of our nation, and they're certainly
Definitely.
going to be the future leaders.
Yes.
And if we do not instill the right morals or values and we don't give them a solid foundation, we're in for a lot of problems. As it is, we do see a lot of the negativity with regards to school fighting and bullying. It seems that it's a non-stop, I think the
Cycle.
government tried with regards to putting police officers in school, and you still can't help but still see how terrible our teenagers are behaving, and that is a clear indication that something is wrong. They're unhappy, they're disenchanted, they're broken, and this is their way of venting. This is their way of lashing out, and perhaps what they see, they're echoing what they see. Michael, before we go into the depth of the show, perhaps you could tell us a little bit about yourself and your history.
My background actually, the reason we came up with the concept of family matters is because of our experiences as parents.
Well, we're not going to family matters.
well,
Tell us
no,
about yourself a little bit.
Well, this
I know
is what
that
I'm
you've
saying.
had your
Right.
experience
So for
in
me,
England.
being just not England, it all started in the UK and Trinidad.
Right.
Being in an environment where I was still growing, learning myself, I came out from TV, got the opportunity to go to the UK, took the opportunity, trained a little bit, went into a little psychology. I also have been a single dad for many years with 4 children, 3 girls and a boy. It was tough, very tough. I've reached a position where sometimes you go for help and you get turned down. People tell you, but you're a man, give the children to the mother. But I took the responsibility because I think it was a spiritual thing. And as a man, taking responsibility for your children, family. Moved on to the UK. I did a little bit of training with BBC for a while. Then I started at a radio station in Manchester. I became the program manager within 6 months because they saw something that was different. Took the opportunity, got into that field, started dealing with a lot of stuff. Even in the UK, I had issues because it was a country that I've never, so I had to adapt. It was hard for me in a way.
Your kids were with you in England, or?
Only one daughter came after. She did her law studies and things. The rest were right here in Trinidad.
Okay.
But that was a battle because I had a battle with my son leaving and had to kind of mend the bridges between him, why daddy left, until he understands. Now he's a big man and he understands. It was pretty tough for me. But in that environment, just like Diane, I've also done a lot of lecturing in schools. So the fact that you talk about the children, I've seen that also among a lot of children. And I think that's one of the biggest issues we have in Trinidad and Tobago now, when it comes to the children, the discipline. And we know that education is important. So when you see the entire environment of education, trying to get the education, and they're not pushing, therefore you know something is wrong elsewhere. For me, I've reached a point in my life now where I want to give back. Give back to society. Because I want to share my experience. As a single dad, I've been doing it all the time. I mean, Diane and I have spoken about this, seeing that we had that kind of similar family background with issues and stuff. So, in a nutshell, what you see now is someone who have been through a lot, but have gotten over the hurdle. And I think my biggest hurdle was being a single father.
Been there and done that, understood, hands-on, have the experience.
Yes.
And they always tell us experience is the greatest teacher.
Sure.
Yes.
There's no theory that could, education is important, extremely important.
Yeah.
But one of the things I think we need to identify and come to terms with, you've got 5 fingers and none are the same. Not every child is cut out to be educated.
Yeah.
But
Very
it does
well said.
not mean that that child cannot do well with a gift.
True.
Something that they love doing, something that is practical.
Sure.
And as parents or adults that are responsible for children, we need to identify those strengths that we see in our children at a very young age and help them develop
Yeah.
that.
Very good point.
Yeah.
This is a program, Conversations with Zelisa, where we continue to inform, educate, empower, and answer those unanswered questions. We're going to go to a quick break. Let's go to these important messages. When we return, we talk about a brand new show here on Real TV, Family Matters. When we return, stay with us.
Every word, every line, every paragraph depicts a real moment in someone's life. A father, a sister, a mother, a brother. We at Newsday are dedicated to you, the people, and through independent, unwavering journalism, strive to always bring your stories to life. Because your stories are more than just words. Newsday, independent and credible.
Hello, I am Astrid Morillo, Mrs. Congeniality, a bilingual Venezuelan living in Trinidad. I invite you to join me for an exciting new program, La Voz Latina, where we will highlight the achievements, challenges, businesses, and culture of the Latin community in Trinidad and Tobago, including the food, music, talents, immigration experiences, and more. Join me every Saturday and Sunday from 6 to 7 p.m. for conversations that celebrate our voices, our stories, and our community. Coming soon to Real TV.
Hi, I'm Smith. Have you ever wondered what a man is thinking? Have you ever wondered why a man does what he does? Well, join us on our new show called A Man's Perspective, right here on Real TV on Monday the 3rd of November between 6 p.m. to 7:30 p.m., where we discuss just that. The points, the clues to get into a man's mind, right here on Real TV, bringing reality to you.
Conversations with Zelisa right here on Real TV, where we bring reality to you. To all of our local, regional and international viewers, thank you so much for choosing us. To all those in Canada on the Caribbean Showtime television, thanks again for choosing to spend your time with us. You've chosen wisely, because we're here to inform, educate, empower. And when you have knowledge, knowledge is power. It means you can make better choices, and we'll all have a better tomorrow. Today we're discussing a brand new show that's starting right here on Real TV every Wednesday from 6 p.m. Family Matters. I understand the importance of having this show because we understand the breakdown in families.
Correct.
And so if we want to have a better home and a better community, and by extension a better country, the family is at core, it matters. And so I feel it is important, it is our duty and responsibility as a media house to have such a show where we identify the problems, we get to the root of the problems that we are facing when it comes to the family, and we find the solutions together. It's going to be a program that's highly interactive, so we welcome your input. Whether you are a single father or a single mother, or you're a grandparent taking care of your grandchildren, you're an aunt taking care of your nephews or nieces for whatever reason, you're a neighbor that's taken the responsibility of somebody else's child or children, so you understand firsthand. And we are here to partner, to help build families so we have a better TNT, we have a better school system, we have the teachers who are already burdened, and so we understand the importance of such a show. And so when I had my meeting as the CEO of the company with Michael and Deanne, it was important that I felt that they were the right fit, because you really have to have the right fit. And I particularly did not want people who were talking about religion, because families, having the fear for God is important, or the respect and regard for God is important. But I did not want anybody to feel that it was a religious show geared towards Islam or Hinduism or Christian or Catholic, but rather it was a show geared for families and building families. And they could feel in touch, or they could feel comfortable enough to relate, so that they could, their voices, their concerns, their problems will be heard. And together, because we don't always know the answers, but together when we listen to each other, you calling in and their expertise and what they would have faced firsthand, together we can come up with a good solution to fix, to mend, to help, and to take away the brokenness and to rather feel whole again. So welcome back to both Michael and Deanne.
Again, thanks for having us again.
Yes, I felt it was important that I introduce you all to the Real TV viewers near and far. And the fact is, we've got viewers not just limited here in Trinidad and Tobago, but regionally and internationally as well. As you know, we are aligned with Canada and the Caribbean Showtime television. We have people in Australia, in New Zealand, in London, all over the world, in Canada in particular, in the States, viewing. And so it is important, I think, you having the opportunity to have lived abroad, you understand international waters and how people think beyond. With you, Deanne, in particular, a teacher, understanding, and I've always said, and I will continue to say, I have the greatest respect and admiration for teachers.
Thank you.
God made teachers, they're special people. I mean, everybody's special, but extra special. Had to put something extra into the DNA of teachers to be able to cope and deal with a classroom of children with different personalities, different backgrounds, different, you don't know whether they just get licks in the morning and they come, they just get a cuss in the car, they didn't have breakfast. Exactly. That is my point, exactly. You don't know what that child is going through, seeing their father and mother fighting, and a drunk father, mother fighting 2 and 3 you name it, they go through it that they don't deserve. And so it is the teachers that, because of their training and expertise and things like that, will notice, will pick up whether you're sleeping in the class, something wrong, why you didn't sleep last night, you're looking hungry, your clothes dirty, dingy,
That's
it means it
right.
wasn't
There you go.
washed or ironed. You pick up on
Yep.
things that people take casually
Yes.
or
Yes.
don't take
Yes.
any consideration to,
Yeah.
that
Very
you've
much
got
so.
the iron feeling for
Yes.
it. And so I remember when we were in the middle of COVID, I was really very concerned about children who were in compromised situations at home
Okay.
because school was their safe place.
Yes. Yeah.
School was a place they were sure they were going to get a meal, or they could go to Miss or Sir and say X, Y, Z. They
And
had somebody
interact with
that
their
they,
friends.
exactly,
Yeah.
and let it out, let it be.
Yeah. Yeah.
You
yeah,
know, so
yeah.
I hold a high regard and respect for teachers, and I felt it was important. Despite you had your challenges in your personal life and your challenges as well that would have made you stronger and the woman you are today. But the fact is you would have dealt with children firsthand. So you
40
could now
years.
relate. 40 years
That's a long
40
is a
years.
lifetime.
And I still deal.
40
With them.
years
Yeah.
is a long time to have
Yes, it
invested your life into the lives of others,
Yes. Yeah.
to help them develop, you know,
Yeah.
to mold them. And so that is why I felt it was the ideal team
Yes.
coming
Thank you.
together
Thank you.
based
Thank
on
you.
your both strengths,
Thank you.
coming together that will handle this program in a very mature way.
Sure.
It's not a joke, it's something that's very
No,
serious.
Of course,
Very.
family
And
matters.
we
very
do
serious.
family matters.
And
Yeah.
family
And
matters.
if we
yeah.
get our families in Trinidad to a place where, now whether you like it or not throughout the world, it's not just Trinidad,
No.
you're going to have broken families.
Yeah.
You're going to have dysfunctional
Yes, you will.
situations.
Yeah.
You're going to have brokenness. You're going to have, but the fact is if we understand that there are solutions, then
Yep.
we fix it.
There
and
are
we move on.
solutions. There are solutions. There are.
And please, you were about to say? Michael, you were about
Oh, yeah, there are solutions. And again, was one of the reasons because Dia and I, actually, since we spoke to you, we actually sit. Most of the time, I'll go to Dia, and so we'll sit down, we'll chat about this. And most of the things that you have said so far is exactly what the show is looking to go at. Solutions, most important. Because we
course.
could talk everything on the face of it. But then what are the solutions to change? The family. And I think that is important because you will hear people saying, well, you know, you could do this, you could this, you could that. But then what is the solution we'll be coming up with? And then I'm feeding off of Diane's expertise, being a teacher of 40 years, dealing with that environment myself. What we're looking at with the program actually is to try to break that cycle. You know, it's bringing the family back.
Yes.
Yep, you know, we're trying to bring the family back, and I believe that there are families out there who will be actually, when they start listening, the viewers, when they start viewing the show, there'll be something a little different to them. Some people might get a joke and say, well, I didn't know that. This is what I should have applied to my family.
Situation,
Yeah.
yeah.
So we're talking to mothers, we're talking to fathers, we're talking
Everybody
to
in the
grandmothers,
family.
everybody, that nucleus. The children will also target because, as you said just now, if the parents don't put, let's say, draw a line for the children, they will just do what they want. They go to school, they
all over
fight,
the
they have,
place.
yeah, because this is what they see in home, mommy and daddy fighting. We don't want that. We want love, we want peace, we want harmony in the family today.
Yeah.
and I think a lot of people point fingers,
Yes.
especially at children who come from a home that a single
Yeah.
a parent or parents. I think it's important to understand that people don't ask to be in that situation. They don't
Very good point.
ask.
Very good.
It happens for many different reasons. Whether it happens, you fall in love with
Yeah.
an external and not knowing. We were
Yes.
talking about this before the show
Yes,
started.
yes.
About falling in love or think you're falling in love with somebody and you don't even know that person. You're in love with an illusion. You're in love with the color of their skin or how their hair look or how sexy they are or how they wear or
Yes,
perfume.
correct.
I'm just saying you fall in love
you
with
are
the
correct.
external, but
Yeah.
you don't know. You don't fall in love, and then when you realize after the honeymoon is over, well, the honeymoon
The
is
skeletons
over,
follow the cupboard.
you realize the true demon that you're dealing with. You're saying this is not the same person because the courting days are over with.
Yes.
You're no longer courting in that nice mood of, you know, life is real.
It is.
You have bills to pay, you have life goes on, you
Yep.
have to go to work, you have to get back to reality in
Yeah,
life.
yeah.
And some people simply can't cope with that.
Yes.
Diane?
I would like to go back to the teaching experience for a reason. As a teacher, we spend most of the child's time, you know, with them at school. Because when they come to school, it's from, say, 8 until 2:30. And then when they go home, they might have co-curricular activities, you know, then they will have their homework and they will be on their phones, whatever, and they come back to school. As a teacher, what made it work for me is my genuine love for children. And as you pointed out earlier, the ones who will not have breakfast, the ones who may just see a fight or at home, or they're having issues with low self-esteem issues, and it's so many. And as a teacher, it's like, I felt like they're an ex-parent. I will say, I'm your mommy at school, right? And it is so important that even though they may not be getting the love or the sense of belonging at home, if you really love that child, you will see beyond the faults and see the need. So I've had experiences, dozens of them, where a child will maybe fall asleep. You don't buff them and tell them, sit up and pay attention. No. You go to them quietly, you bring them outside and find out, are you okay? Don't ask them in front. Teenagers or children don't like to be embarrassed. So you don't embarrass them. And you realize that they are hungry, they are tired, they didn't sleep the night before. And that has worked very well. As you said again, building a relationship with children that they may never experience at home. It's a very, very important aspect.
You
Facts.
raised a very important point, and
Facts.
perhaps we can elaborate on that
Sure.
when we return right after these important messages, and that is embarrass our children.
Yes,
Are we
please.
aware that we are embarrassing our children, or is it just you think it's casual? And we'll discuss that when we return. This is a program, Conversations with Zelisa, right here on Real TV. Thanks for choosing us. Let's go to these important messages. Stay with us.
We all are aware of the disaster caused.
Step into the colors and flavors of India at the India in Style Expo opposite the Center of Excellence Mokoya. Dive into our Indian Food Festival featuring a delicious variety, plus explore vibrant Indian clothing, elegant outfits for the entire family, perfect for every occasion. Open daily from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. opposite the Center of Excellence in Mokoya. Get ready, Shoguners! The Fab India Expo is back, starting on September 18th, right opposite the Medford gas station, Shoguners. Shop authentic Indian fashion, food, jewelry, home decor, and much more. Don't miss out on the Fab India Expo opposite Medford gas station, Shoguners, your one-stop cultural destination.
Planning a concert, conference, wedding, or cultural celebration? Let Real TV broadcast your event to the world. From live streaming and on-air coverage to global reach across TV and online platforms, we make sure your big moments are seen and heard everywhere. We offer professional production, worldwide exposure, and an unforgettable impact. Don't just host your event. Let us share it with the world. Contact Real TV today, where your story becomes everyone's experience.
Call us today at 2926470 or WhatsApp us at 3847142. You can also send an email to realtv.corporate@gmail.com.
So right here on Real TV, where we bring reality to you. To all of our local, regional, international viewers, thanks again for choosing us, allowing us to add value, to influence you in a positive way, so you can make better choices. You know, sometimes, some people may say, well, you're an adult and you know better, you should know better. There are things that we are ignorant to. We don't always have to know everything.
True.
And that's why as every day progresses, or we have every day we embrace it, we learn something. And there's nothing wrong in saying, I don't know, I did not know. When it becomes wrong is when you know, but you repeatedly keep doing the same thing over and over. Do you expect any sort of solution to that or any positivity? No. You'll go on in circles and circles because history keeps repeating itself, and that cycle is not broken. When it's broken is when you acknowledge that there is a problem, you're going to get to the core of it, find a solution, but make the solution happen. Make the difference, make the change. Yeah. Welcome back in conversation with Deanne and Michael, and they are going to be starting a brand new show here on Real TV this coming Wednesday, yes, at 6 p.m. And of course, it's Family Matters. Yeah. I believe we do have the promo. I'm sure we do have the promo. And perhaps Robert could get the promo for us. Robert, get that promo so in the next break you could play it so people will get a little insight and idea to what the show is all about. You could do it when we go to the other break. Thanks, Mike. When we talk about teachers and we talk about teachers pulling down children, embarrassing children in front of the class or in front of the school, I don't agree with that. That is my personal opinion. It's my personal opinion.
Same here.
Now, let me say firsthand, let me clear the air here. I am old school.
Me too.
I came from a background where I used to go and get the belt to get my cocktail. I came from a background where I had to kneel down and put my hands up in the air if I was rude, because I had a little hot mouth when I was small. So I had an answer for everything. As you grow older, you get a little reason. But boy, I didn't care. I said it as I saw it, right? That was my personality. And so I also came from old school where we had encyclopedias. So you bring an encyclopedia and you start to write out a whole encyclopedia.
Wow.
Right? Or get a book and do lines. Yeah, I got it. You name it. I got it. At the time growing up, I despised, I was upset, I was hurt because nobody around me got that sort of treatment.
Right.
But as I got older, I realized that it may not have been the right way, but I understood that it helped me to become the woman that I am today. Discipline. So when I say old school, I partner with my child teachers because I am not there in the school if she's being cheeky or she says something or she does something. And I believe in having respect for authority. And so if a teacher has to correct her or has to give her lines or whatever sort of punishment, I will 100% partner with the teacher.
Right.
But I am not going to partner with a teacher or anybody of the sort that will embarrass my child to make her feel less than who she is or have others bully her.
Yes.
Because of a teacher pulling down or name calling or things like that. Correct, do whatever, but I don't believe you do it in front of the class or in front of the school. I don't agree with that.
I had over, but let's say about 400 personalities to deal with every week. I taught theater at my school and I had 13 classes, big classes as well. So what you're talking about, we experience it every day. The embarrassing part, it does not make sense, at least for me. If a child is rude, to be embarrassing them or shouting over them and get angry. A caring teacher will recognize that there is a hurt. And if there is a hurt, there were sometimes, however, because of how the situation was, I would have had to deal with the matter right there and then, but not embarrassing. I would not, I separate the deed from the doer. So I would never say, I am disappointed in you. That's embarrassing. You're pulling down that child, saying that they are not good enough as a person. But if you said that this act, you can do better than this. Instead of saying, I'm disappointed in you. That is bringing down a child. But so the way you would talk to them and handle this situation and bring resolve is very, very important. You don't call children's names.
Sure.
You don't call them any kinds of names. I call them honey. Now, I had a lot of names to try to remember. at quick notice. So sometimes 2 terms would pass. And because there were so many students, I wouldn't remember. But they were fine with honey, darling, sweetheart. They never complained once. And that helped them a lot. And even if they get in the little scolding, I would always put a honey in the end. So they would know there is a love behind the scolding. But the embarrassing and calling names, I never agree with.
And those are topics I hope that you will explore.
Yes.
There are topics that I hope you will explore as well,
Yes.
and I trust that you will explore, and we
Yeah.
both develop them together.
Yeah.
Is grandparents. It's okay if you feel you will have a favorite grandchild. I mean, I know I was a favorite grandchild for my grandmother, but she didn't display it. She didn't. And I think topics that need to be addressed is families calling children fatty, little pig, blackie.
You're correct.
And you're treating the lighter skinned children better than the darker skinned children.
It happens.
Or you're treating the child who's in the home, in a better home or a bigger home or whatever, better than the ones that are not as, you know. I hope those are topics that you all are going to explore and ensure that you talk about. So when you talk about family, when you talk about the child who comes from the broken home, you're treating that child like that child is nobody or nothing. Or a child who perhaps was born out of wedlock, you treat that child different from the one that child didn't ask to come in that relationship like that. A child is a child. Every child that is born is a miracle. Every child that is God, exactly, has the potential, and not because also, I'll say again, because one child is doing better academically, you're going to pull the other one down. The other one might be very well good in woodworking and become a billionaire. Not only become a billionaire, but the point is, not everybody's cut out for academics.
I think one of the biggest mistakes, not
and
crossing.
all those are things you all need to address.
We will be going at it hard, because I think what we see in today's environment now is that it has gotten taken at a different level. Instead of it getting better, in the homes now, families is getting worse. And to address what you just said about the children, one of the things I have seen over the years, and we have heard growing up, I don't know if Diane, you heard it, where you find a parent will tell just what you said, you will favor one child and the other child, but hear what the parent will say, or used to say, I don't know if it go on, but we'll be addressing all of that on the show, is that, how you dumb so? You're stupid, eh? You will never be nothing. You're worse, you're so dope. You see that? And I think that leaves a psyche. That mental...
When two people in love, they're badly in love, but you get broken, why you're so dotish like your father? Or you're no good father, or you're no good mother, or you're nasty mother. When all you're good, you know, nobody in between that. But as soon as you don't agree, you use the children. Or go and tell your father so-and-so, go and tell your mother so-and-so. Or you slapping the woman in front of the children and beating her and you're hearing, or these are things I want you all to address.
You'll be surprised.
Because it's family
I agree with
matters.
you. I agree with
That is, I don't want the flowery things. I want the problems that people facing. And so when they hear the station, when they look at it, they must be able to call their friend, hey, you know, or the person in work that you know she getting next morning and Mary listen to that, put on Real TV right now.
And
because I think you need to know.
real talk.
And I think you need to know, because you know something, love, you in this situation, they're talking about you.
And that's the whole idea.
Get help.
I think that's the whole idea, as Diana and I came to the agreement, and I think that's why we mesh so good. We correct each other at times, so we'll say, let's look at this now. And then she will say, no, let's deal with this now. Or I will say, no, let's deal with this.
And we take down our points
And we take down our points. We say we're going to discuss this, as you said, because we're going to be, we are going to be real. We're not patting nothing with no peanut butter and because people want, people want, as you said, you call a friend, hey, this is what this is what you're going through in your life right now. You need to listen. You need to find, there must be a solution to come out of this. As we say with the children now, you find children seeing mommy and daddy fighting. They will see that and then go and see mommy and daddy hugging up watching TV after they fought. So that child now will say, but wait now, but I just see mommy and daddy fighting, and then they're going and hugging up. So mentally, what are you saying to that child?
That it's okay to fight.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you. So we're gonna be discussing we're gonna be discussing stuff that is going to really hurt some families, because we want to be real. And when we say hurt, if you have to cry because
Cry.
you know
Let
you
it
have
be.
let it go.
I want you all to talk about, women involved with different men and having 4 and 5 children for different men. So when fathers, they come, those children don't even know if they have a father. Who is their father?
Thank you.
But
Thank
yet
you.
you
One
have
gets a
one of
gift
them,
and-
or you hear one of them, one of the children getting chicken and chips, and the others, you don't even know what they, because the father bringing for that one child
Yes,
alone.
favorism.
Those are problems that are happening.
Real
Right.
problem.
Favorism.
Women have different men. They themselves don't even know who the children, who the fathers of the
Well,
children
we
are.
will be
Men
asking-
being unfaithful.
Yeah. Well, we will be that.
Having different women, different partners
Wow.
every day.
Well, you know
and you
what?
have your wife crying
Yeah,
home.
you know what? That's one of
Men
that.
in the, men, no, I want
Yes.
y'all to talk about
Yes, we will.
men
And
that
we
every
will.
Monday
We will.
go in Cora,
We,
leaving the house for 2 and 3 days
Yes.
in the bar drinking.
Yeah.
On a Sunday morning telling your wife, I go and make market, but you in the bar drinking, and 4 o'clock reach in the evening and she's still waiting on food to cook for those
Right.
children. But you drinking in the bar.
Yeah. Well, those are the
I want
issues.
y'all
We
to
will.
talk about
We will.
real problems.
And
We
all,
will, we will.
because all these things in families,
Yeah.
what happens?
Yeah.
So many challenges. We will be highlighting the challenges, and there are lots of challenges.
Yeah,
Coming back
there's
to
a
the
lot.
point that you made about the comparing, a child might be very good in, may not be good in math or English. In my subject, theater, a lot of children looked forward to coming. It was different, and they excelled in it. And they would feel good sometimes, and I don't mean this in any negative way. They would look forward because they're so good in the acting, and they get to express themselves in
Yeah.
a non-threatening atmosphere. Of course, there are limits to what they could say in theater, but they will express themselves and they will get marks for their practical and so on. They may not even be able to do the theory that well, however, they will
Jen,
get a lot of marks.
we've got to take a quick break.
Oh, okay. Sure.
Let's go to these important messages. Thank you so much, Robert. Let's go to these important messages. When we return, we continue our conversation right here on Conversations with Zelisa Real TV, where we bring reality to you. Today we're talking about a brand new show that's taking birth on Wednesday. That is Family Matters, right here on Real TV, next Wednesday at 6 p.m. Stay with us.
Hi, I'm Ian.
And I'm Diane.
We are inviting you to join us for a brand new, exciting show, Family Matters. Every Wednesday, right here on Real TV from 6 p.m.
We will be having live guests, and we are inviting you, our viewers, to call in and interact with us, because your opinion matters. You are a part of our family here at Real TV.
So don't forget to tune in every Wednesday right here on Real TV, where family matters.
See you soon.
In every moment of silence, there is His presence. In every act of kindness, there is His teaching. Sai Darshan, a devotional journey into the life and wisdom of Sri Satya Sai Baba. Discover stories of faith, lessons of compassion, and the light of divine inspiration, guiding us towards peace, service, and inner joy. We invite you to join us every Sunday at 5 p.m. for Sai Darshan, where hearts awaken and souls find their way home, right here on Real TV.
Mirage Woodworking has expanded, and we're just getting started. Now introducing 5.5 and 7.5 millimeters SPC flooring, WPC door sets, draw slides, hinges, and more. All at unbeatable prices. Call or visit us today.
Welcome to the Power Play, the most exciting period in sport. Join us every Friday from 7 to 8 p.m. as we bring to you all things sport. We break down football, cricket, basketball, all the latest sports in the Caribbean and of course across the world. Right here on Real TV, your station for local sport. Real to the heart, local to the core.
Back to Conversations with Zelisa right here on Real TV, where we bring reality to you, to all of our local, regional and international viewers. Thank you so much for choosing us. Today I'm in conversation with Michael and Deanne. They're going to be starting a brand new show by the name of Family Matters. You saw the promo during the break. It's every Wednesday at 6 p.m. I am asking you, this is going to be a very serious show, a very important show. It's a show that I am going to work with them firsthand because I understand the importance of family. We're not going to be playing with this show. This show is about sharing good information, allowing you to call in and interact, have your problems be heard, what you're facing. And I'm also going to go to the extra mile to say we are going to have a battery of people that, let us just say you are in an abusive relationship where Deanne and Michael can get you off air and we connect you with somebody who can help you. We connect you with a life coach. We connect you with a divorce lawyer. We connect you a counselor. We connect you with people that will help you help yourself to be the best that you could be. So that when we fix you, we are fixing the family. If you feel your child or children in a situation where they're being compromised, or you know to yourself your children are not happy and they need some kind of counseling, we will find the relevant people that could do it for free.
Nice.
We are going to be able to take this program to a different level when it comes to the family. Because family matters. Family matters. We are taking full responsibility. This program is going, this particular show, all the other shows, I don't want you all to think of not favoring you all, but I am holding this show under my wings because I understand the importance of family. I understand the importance of how families are broken and the rift it's causing because your mother and father dead and all you're fighting for land. You sleep on the same bed, drink from the same cup, eat from the same plate, come from the same womb. And you don't talk. You're having animosity and you hate and you're cussing and you're this and you. We want that to stop. Cousins passing each other and cussing each other. Why? Because your mother and father don't bring the children into all your business.
That's
correct.
Right.
That's correct. And you're right. Everything that you have said there.
Grandparents' favoritism. Even parents, sometimes you're not aware that what you're doing is wrong. That even if you like a particular child, because maybe that child is kinder to you, more loving to you. I don't know why. For whatever reason. I have one. I don't know. I don't know about 2 and 3. But I can tell you there are people that talk to me and tell me how it shatters them. I'm talking about big businessmen. Because they see their parents showing favoritism to another child or other children. It's killing them inside. Why are you doing that?
Why? That's the question. Why? That's the question. Why? And again, it goes back to the fact that what you mentioned about referring, let me just get back to what you mentioned about referring people. We will really encourage people to come, call in, because the reference is important. We are not psychologists, so we just sharing our experience. We want people to come, listen to us, because we're not just talking off of our head. Deanne is not talking off of our head. We both are experienced adults.
Well, Mike, one of the things I want to make clear, abundantly clear, is we're also going to be sourcing experts
Yes.
ever
Of
so
course. Yeah,
often
of course.
that that can relate to the topic,
Yes.
that will be able to lend advice on the show as well.
Yes.
That's it.
Because there
That's
are
what we
people that are
plan.
very intimidated to talk to people.
Yeah.
So perhaps we help people by allowing them to share their knowledge. Knowledge is
Yep.
power.
Yes.
Their years of experience
That
and
is-
their knowledge, and they listen and they hear and they absorb and they make their decisions by themselves.
Yes.
And that's fine. If you
Yes.
choose to be private and you don't want to be seen, or you don't want all of that, that's fine.
Yeah.
That's okay.
Yeah, that's
But
okay.
in whichever way we could reach out to empower you, to help you to fix the brokenness, to fix the hurt, to fix the pain, to bring families back together, that's what we're going to do here.
And
And
that's it.
that
And
has
that's
been
the
part
purpose.
of our discussion, definitely.
Yeah.
And I agree. Some,
Yeah.
not everybody will want to be heard,
Yeah.
you know, or,
Yeah.
and so when we bring somebody, we'll talk to them, they will be able to take their points and relate to what the person is talking about. So that's a brilliant idea. We already have that as part of our discussion.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a program that's designed to help to fix, to
Yeah.
mend,
Heal
to
families, heal communities.
you know, to help you.
Yes.
Knowledge is power. Sometimes people are just ignorant of fact.
True.
It's not because they don't know, or because we know, we feel everybody must
Yeah,
know.
exactly.
That's not the way it
Yeah,
is at
exactly,
all.
exactly.
Always there are people that feel they know everything. Only to realize that every day as you get older, you learn something new.
You learn something every day, at least me.
Yeah.
You
You know, before I forget this, because it just came into my spirit, and as you saying and listening to some of the things you're saying, very powerful. Even I remember always mentioning the home. I don't ever say the home. I call it the factory, where everything takes place. So once we start addressing the factory itself / home,
Yes.
we deal with what's going on, the issues, your community will be better. The society will be better. The people you deal with outside it, because remember, in the home, you send in a crew of people, which is mother, father, children, grandparents, everybody that is associated with the family. So we want a better community. We want a better society.
Better world.
Yeah, yeah, better world in general. Because I think that we must, and I totally agree with you, we must be able to talk. And as Deanna and I always say,
it
if you
real.
don't want to communicate, as you said, we can make a reference to somebody who you could communicate. Because you might save your life, you know. You might save your marriage.
Might save your life,
Well,
you will.
you will save your marriage,
It's
your
nothing-
relationship.
It have nothing
Yeah.
like might there,
Well,
you will.
well, drop
your
the
knowledge
might.
is power.
Yeah.
Save
You
yourself.
will, you say,
Yeah. Yes, save
that's
yourself.
it.
Yeah, save yourself.
That's
Yeah.
it, dear, and you've
Yeah.
got it correctly.
Save yourself.
You save you. You help
Save
you.
you, and when
And,
you are
and one of
saved-
the things I always say to people, I've said it over the years, and it's not being selfish. If you cannot love you and you cannot appreciate you, then
How
you
can you
cannot
love
anybody
somebody?
else.
That's right. The healing
So
starts
it's
with
really
you.
not about being selfish. It's about understanding
You.
you're special.
Yeah.
You
Yes.
belong to God. You're here for a reason and a
Purpose.
purpose.
Amen.
You deserve
life
the
matters.
best. And,
Your life matters.
and the fact is, you love you.
Yep.
Love
Oh,
you
yes.
enough.
First and foremost.
If you can't love you, you cannot love other people.
Yep.
So
Yeah.
fix
Well,
you.
yeah.
Don't try to fix other people.
No.
Yeah.
Fix yourself.
Yeah.
And when you fix yourself, you realize things will fall into place.
Yes, correct.
When you fix yourself, then you can help others.
Yeah, correct.
Because, I mean, you can't try to help others and you're wounded and in a
Your
hot
house in a mess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, so
Yeah.
it's all about working. Sometimes we tend to point fingers at everybody else when no man is a friend, no man is an enemy, every man is a teacher. So when we have situations, we look and see, what is this situation teaching me about me and how can I change? So that when you change, the circumstances will
You're right. Very often you get into a marriage and you want to change that person. You now want to fix and mold that
Waste of
person.
time.
Yep.
But you have to fix you. And
Yeah.
when you
Yes.
fix you, you see things in a different way. You look at things in a different perspective.
Yeah.
Out of the box, and you realize, why I'm not his mother or her mother. I'm not supposed, they're
Exactly.
supposed to have been. And you can't recognize that because you're so overwhelmed and
Yeah.
in love in the moment and
Yeah.
whatever that you can't see beyond. And you live a life for your entire life.
It's like you're pointing the finger at the individual,
Yeah.
but you're not pointing the finger at you.
It's
So it's
one goes
always
forward, the rest goes
exactly,
back.
exactly,
Fix yourself
exactly.
first, and
Fix
then you
yourself.
can
Fix
see
yourself.
everything.
My life is happier because I've been dealing with me a lot.
You
That
see?
is what
Same-
makes me
same
happy.
here.
You see?
Not
Same
other
here.
people, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, same here.
It's learning from what I thought was, irritable, to me, or irritating I should say, and making me irritable, I will always say, Lord, deal with me. What do you want me to learn about me? And that is how my life is becoming happier.
Same
It's
here.
not because of the other person.
Yeah, same
Because
here.
what I am learning.
And you know, you've got such a gentle soul and a very nice spirit, huh? You have a very nice, I must tell you, you're very approachable, and I've observed you for the past couple of days that we've been spending time here at the station. And I have to tell you, you really do have a lovely personality. You're very warm, you're very open. I've noticed the way you handle situations. And sometimes there are things that I do or say deliberately to get somebody's reaction.
Okay.
Reverse
Because
psychology.
when people are coming into my fold or into my space, there must be people that of course you have your own opinions, but we must always be on the same page when it comes to our goals for the station.
Correct.
And so it is important, if I am putting people in front of a camera, that I very well understand, because they are representing Real TV.
Correct.
I am Real TV.
We are.
I catch my tail for Real TV.
We are representing
right?
Real TV.
And so the fact that I'm making Michael, allow me to make this perfect, please. The fact is, I need to be able to have people on board who are sincere with what they're doing, who could reach out to the thousands of masses. It's not one people, it's thousands of people are looking at you.
Sure.
And you represent this company. And you must always represent us well. Your name is attached to Real TV. And that is why it is important that when we find the right people, we ensure that they are going to do a job that will influence and add value in a positive way.
Amen.
With that, I want to say welcome on board. I look forward to this brand
Thank you
new
very
show,
much.
Family Matters. You know, as together we reach out and transform lives and make a difference, make a dent. That Real TV, we are here to help. We are here, we are going to evolve. We're going to make a difference in the lives of our citizens and beyond. So may God bless you. We're all looking forward to Wednesday at 6 o'clock, Family Matters. Take care. This is where we're going to wrap things up for today. Let me thank you for choosing us, allowing us to influence you in a very positive way, adding value. Here's reminding you that with God, all things are possible. Be kind, be good, be safe, be happy, and do continue to stay with us. Great programming continues right here on Real TV. Be safe, be happy. I am Zelisa, producing Rupani. Thanks for choosing us.